Chant together. Is a time pass, क्या फर्क पड़ता है, कोई दिक्कत नहीं, पता नहीं, जो थारी राय सो मारी राय, nothing to do, nowhere to go, देखो सुनो मत बोलो, wherever, whenever, whatever you are, be 100% कर्नाटक, किसी को आओ मत कहो, किसी को जाओ मत कहो, ना कुछ पाना ना कुछ खोना, who asks you live at zero complaint level, मौज में रहो, be happy. Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Those of us who have not known anything about this text, just a little introduction. You know, in the 7th century, there was a great saint, Santa Dhaneshwar Maharaj, in Maharashtra. And the 4 brothers and sisters, if we see their life, it appears as if it was fictitious, not possible in reality. Therefore, many people have got this habit of using the indicative language, what they call pratika bhasha. And it is most detrimental. We should not use that. For example, Ganeshji. Go do namaskar, do prayer, offer prasad and eat. Over. In the field of Shraddha, inquiry should not be brought. In the field of inquiry, it should be done with Shraddha. But if we simply have inquiry without Shraddha, it will end up in erudition, scholarship, logic and reason. And therefore, you must have heard or seen when they talk about Ganesha, for example. What is Ganesha? Ganesha is having a big stomach. You know why? Because he is not taking Hajmola. You know, he is having very big ears. Why? You know, his mother is to pull his ear all the time. Therefore, children should not do trouble to your mother. Ganeshji's one tooth is broken. Do you know why? Because he has not used Viko Vajradanti. All these things are meaningless. Therefore, about these 4 brother and sister, many people, intellectuals, they use this language. First, it is the nivritti, withdrawal. After withdrawal only, the knowledge, jnana happens. After and forgetting that knowledge or walking that path, sopana, the 3rd brother. Sopana is the path, steps. And when you follow this, you reach mukti, muktabai. It sounds very beautiful, but it is rubbish. Don't get carried away by. Okay? Therefore, when you will read it on your own, don't get into that kind of thinking. So, he was an avatar of Bhagwan Vishnu, born on the Janmashtami itself. And he commented on Bhagavad Gita, and it was not the Bhashya. Bhagavan Shankaracharya wrote Bhashya. What is Bhashya? Each and every word is analyzed and placed with all the details. But his commentary on on Bhagavad Gita called Jnaneshwari is called a Bhavartha Deepika. Bhavartha Deepika means what? What is to be learned and practiced by us in our life. See, when we study something, what happens? Take an example. When we take food, what happens? Depends. What depends? Whether you have digested the food or not. If you have digested the food, it will be assimilated and kept inside your body. If the food is not digested, it comes as ulti. Ulti means not straight. It comes as a vomit. See? Therefore, the real study of scriptures leads a person to silence. That is why in the Dhyana Shloka of Dakshinamurti, Maunam Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. And therefore, whatever was said by Jnaneshwar Maharaj in his commentary on Bhagavad Gita, Bhavartha Deepika, then he showed it to his guru, elder brother, Nivrittinath. And Nivrittinath was very simple and he said, what you have told, same thing. What Bhagavan Krishna said in Sanskrit, you told in local Marathi. What is great about it? Tell something in your own experience. See, friends. Otherwise, we keep on telling, Bhagavad Gita, Shankaracharya said like this thing, and Madhvacharya said, and then Nimbarkacharya said like this thing, and Ram. What do you have to say? Dakshina kam mili. Are daridri. Dekho Maharaj, we don't have to study comparative scriptures. Whenever we end up in comparison and quoting, we go far away from ourselves. Therefore, Nivrittinath Maharaj told his disciples, brother, don't tell what Krishna has said. You tell what you have to talk your experience. And out of that, this Amrutanubhava has come. Anubhava, experience. Amruta, the experience of being. I won't call immortal. Only being. Experience is being, not becoming. And then he started. Now there are two approaches. One is what you all know, Vedanta, what they call Shankar Vedanta, wherein the truth is indicated as Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya. The world is an illusion. And there is a Maya. We have to conquer the Maya. And we have to go beyond the duality by conquering the Maya. World is illusion, drop it. This is the approach. But there is another path, what is called as Ishvara Advayavad, or in the modern language, it is Kashmiri Shaivism. Also called as Natha Sampradaya or the Siddha Marga. There the truth is indicated in a very simple manner. And the funny part is, both of them are indicating the same thing. Those who are following Shankar Vedanta, they condemn that path. No, we don't believe in that. Kundalini, we don't believe in that. And those people who are following Kashmiri Shaivism or Ishvara Advayavad, they say, hey Shankaracharya, we don't believe. And both of them try to prove how the others are wrong. So I happened to study both. Then I came to this conclusion. There was a glass half filled with milk, and two persons were fighting. One said, the glass is half filled. Other said, no, the glass is half empty, party, shouting. So they ask, you tell, what is your understanding? I said, let me see. I took the glass, drank, and broke it and went away. See? Meaning is the same. Whether you say Brahma Satyam Jagan Mithya or you say Khalvidam Sarvam Khalvidam Brahma, meaning is the same. But we get lost in arguments and logic. So what is called in Vedanta Brahma, then Ishvara, then Mayopadhi Chaitanya Ishvara, then Hiranyagarbha or Sutratma, and then Virat Purusha. The same thing is indicated in a different manner, wherein Maya is not brought as a problem. Maya is not accepted as a challenge. Then the Brahman of the Vedanta is indicated by other word Param Shiva. When that Param Shiva is referred along with its own inherent potentiality, the Param Shiva is called as Shiva. What is the Ishvara in Vedanta? The Param Shiva is Brahma, Ishvara is Shiva. Now when the predominance in reference is given to the Param Shiva, he is called as the Shiva, and when the importance is given to the Prakriti or the potentiality, he is called as the Shakti or the Chit. So get the three pictures clear. Param Shiva plus unmanifest inherent potentiality Shiva, Param Shiva with the potentiality as a reference factor Chit. So Sat, Chit, Ananda. Mixing of these two, the division between the Sat and the Chit, when it gets dissolved, what remains is the Ananda. This is how the whole approach is. Now, therefore, whatever we experience, it is only the Paramatma alone. There is nothing other than Paramatma. This was, in short, in the first 5 Sanskrit verses it is said. Then afterwards he salutes, he invokes Shiva Shakti, Samavesha. Shiva Shakti, the Shiva and his potentiality. What we call the fire and its burning potentiality. They are one, yet they are not one. They are one as well as not one. This is what Bhagavan Shankaracharya says. Avyakta namni paramesha shakti bhinna api abhinna api ubhayatmikano san api asan api ubhayatmikano. The potentiality is as well as is not, and it is both. So this contradiction can be understood through some example. Fire and its potentiality, burning power. Now when we are referring fire and burning power, are we not referring to two? Yes. So they are two. But can the burning power remain independent of the fire? No. So they are one. Then what is that? They are both separate as well as one. Here is the riddle. This we have to discover. So what is the riddle? See? You must have seen the Vigraha of Kali Mata. How is that? Kali Mata is standing with the tongue out, and there is a garland of 52 skulls, and she is standing on Lord Shiva. This is the picture. Okay. So when Prakriti is manifest, Shiva becomes unmanifest. When body identification becomes manifest, somebody is born. When body identification is dropped, what remains is Paramatma. How simple it is. So, Kali Mata taking the tongue out, meaning what? She is not teasing to the devotee. आ गया, आ गया. No, no, no. Not teasing. The world begins when words are produced. What are the words? Words are Om. Start from A, Kantya. When you chant A, you don't require any modification of your vocal cord. Even when the belching comes, oh, then it gets modified. Ooh. Try to say ooh without making a chambu of your mouth. You cannot. And the conclusion of all the languages is ma. So the whole world is included in this a starting from the throat to the end ma. How the ma is pronounced? Ma is a labial consonant. Therefore, try to say ma without touching the lips. Oh, right? You cannot. So the complete words language is the a to ma. Therefore, that is chanted by the mouth, the tongue. Tongue is both two in one. When used for talking, it is called as jiva. When used for tasting, it is called rasana. So, Kali Mata is standing, the world is created. And when the world is created, Paramatma is hidden. But can, without Shiva, the Prakriti, the world can exist? Now apply this in your own life. When we are angry, the anger overpowers. And we, the normal person, become hidden. Therefore, when we recognize this potentiality of Shiva is both other as well as not other. Bhinna api, abhinna api, ubhayatmikano. When manifest, it is the world. When unmanifest, it is Paramatma. Therefore, this Mahamantra which we tell you, sincerely work on that. Dekho, suno, mat bolo. Mind expresses as speech. And speech comes at two levels. One is Madhyama Vani, second is Vaikhari Vani. By Madhyama Vani, we talk to ourselves. And by Vaikhari Vani, we talk to others. So, if we want to come back to our divine nature, what we have to do? Dekho suno, be in this world. No comments. First. Second, before we talk to anybody on any topic, ask a question to yourself. Is it necessary to talk? I guarantee you, in 99% cases, you will not talk. Third, don't talk to yourself. World dissolves in mind because words are not popping out. You have understood nothing. I know that. But you are experiencing that. The moment you will understand, you will comment. Swamiji, what is solid Vedanta? Liquid ले लो फिर. See? So, this is the Shiva Shakti, Samavesha. So, they are not two. When manifest, it is the Shakti. When unmanifest, it is the Shiva. Now, look within yourself. Once I went to somebody's house and that Amma was cooking. I said, okay, you take your own time. Let me see my baby. So I went to see the child was in a cradle, sleeping. You know, sleeping children look very cute, only that time. So when I went there and I wanted to lift, she left her cooking, ran and pulled me. Swamiji, don't. I said, no, I can't stop. He's so cute. I just have to kiss him. Swamiji, he looks cute when he's sleeping. When he's awake, he's Rakshasa. So don't, please. Why? When he is sleeping, Prakriti is quiet, Paramatma is joy. But when he is awake, Prakriti is manifest, Paramatma keeps quiet. Now apply this in our day-to-day life. See, friends, therefore, if we recognize the importance of this unwanted chatter, that is one of the reasons whenever I have to travel anywhere, at the most I can allow one lady in my car, not a second one. Because that one lady, at the most she will talk to herself inside, doesn't matter. At least I am saved. But they are two. Then Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, they start. Hare Ram, Ram, Ram. Keep cool. This was the first chapter, Shiva Shakti Samavesh. To what you give importance? To talking or to silence? When you are silent, you are one with the divine. When you talk, you are got into the Prakriti. After that was said, then the next chapter, the teacher talks about the greatness of the Guru. What is the greatness of the Guru? In Bhagavad Mahapuran, this thought comes. It is not in this book, but I like that thought very much from Bhagavad. Narayana got bored. So he thought, let me act what it is like being Guru. So he took the form of a Guru. Then, now to whom will I teach? There is none other than me. Then he again played the role of a Shishya. The same Paramatma is playing the role of the Guru and the Shishya. The same water playing the role of Ganges and the ocean. See? When the Ganges flow, the Ganges have the destination to be reached and therefore struggling, running, moving. Ocean has already been in the destination, but there also there is lot of struggle, there is lot of moving, waves coming, going. What is the difference between the two? The river has a compulsion to reach the destination, and ocean has fulfillment of having reached the destination. Both the places, it is the movement of the water. But from the water's point of view, so if you go and talk to water, okay, as Ganges you are sweet, but as ocean you are very salty, man. And in the ocean we are afraid, we get drowned. Yes, but there are waves we can enjoy surfing. What water will say, excuse me, gentlemen, what is the river? What is the wave? What is the ocean? If these three principles are clear, all spiritual practice is change your standpoint in life. It is for this purpose we are studying. Our standpoint is I versus you, wave versus wave, competition, jealousy, frustration, shouting, world created. The second option, wave versus ocean. Wave will never compete, try to compare her existence with the ocean. Then what? Surrender. Second vision. Second vision is that of the devotee. Jo thari rahe, so mari rahe. O Lord, thy will be done. The third vision. Ocean looking at the waves. Samoham sarva veveshu name dveshwasti na priyaha. The tsunamis I don't hate and the ripples I don't love. I am equal to everybody. On the contrary, ocean will ask, okay, gentlemen, you are talking about waves. What is a wave? And the last vision from the water's point of view. So what water will say, look here, what you are talking, I don't understand. Neither I understand the wave nor the ocean. You don't understand. Ocean is the cause and waves are the effect. What is water? Beyond cause and effect. If these examples are clear, what is spiritual practice? Go beyond cause and effect. Why? The sky is too high. Net result, you are at peace with yourself. When we are at peace with ourselves, we are at peace with the whole world. This is the relationship between Guru and the Shishya. The Shishya cannot remain independent of the Guru. They are in relation to each other. Dakshinamurti Stotra. Vishwam pashyati karya karanataya swaswami sambandataha shishyacharya tatha tathaiva pitruputradhyatmana bhedataha. They are mutually dependent variables. Therefore, we have to again and again recognize real spiritual practice is go beyond cause and effect. Don't waste your time in unwanted things. The other day I was in Dharwad. An elderly lady asked this question. Swamiji, you know, our Sanatan Dharma, these things are happening world over. What is your opinion? I said, do you have tea? Give me a nice cup of tea. No, Swamiji, I am asking something different. I said, I am also asking something different. Give me tea. See, this drawing room discussions, they are meaningless. Therefore, Guru Shishya, as long as we are having our conduct in the relative world, respect that. But don't push the Guru far. Wahan raho, idhar mat aana. Therefore, according to my understanding, in Guru-Shishya relationship, Shishya is more important, not the Guru. What is the status of the Shishya? See, there is one slok which I like the most. Uttama Sahajavastha, Madhyama Dhyana Dharana, Adhama Murti Puja cha, Tirtha Yatra Adhama Adhama. Uttama Sahajavastha, relax. Not that much in the lecture also, but Uttama Sahajavastha. You think, you know, I am comfortably sitting here, but you don't know what my challenge is. When you see somebody sleeping in front of you, utha ke dikhao. And such born giants They sit right in front of me. Up, पढ़ा के दिखाओ. Guru Maharaj, धन्य हो. They are professionals satsangi. So, the Guru may start teaching, but is the disciple ready to learn? See? The best example I can quote is from Mahabharata. Dronacharya wanted Arjun to be the best archer. And therefore, when Ekalavya approached, I also want to learn. No, I don't want to teach you. Ekalavya, who cares? And he learned. He became better than Arjun. Therefore, don't put the onus on Guru. Guru Maharaj, uthao. Mule Guru or what? Work hard. And therefore, Sadguru is one. Because Sat is one. And what is that Sadguru? Our ability, readiness, and sincerity to learn from every single experience. This is what we have seen in the morning class. Nobody can teach us anything. See, friends. But what happens? Guru Maharaj, Muri Sikhao. No, you learn. Nothing can be taught. This I learned from where? One of my friend in US, very nice house. In the house itself, there is a swimming pool. So it was very hot. I said, hey, I'll take a nice dip. So I got into the pool. Then 3 of them, husband, wife, and a child, 5 years. I said, come on, man, get inside. So the child immediately jumped. He knew very well swimming, 5 years. Wife also came. I said, hey, Mahatmaji, you come. The child started laughing. Swamiji, Papa doesn't know swimming. I said, come on, why not? You learned from me. He used to take me to the swimming teacher. He taught me. Then, Papa can't learn. Now you tell me, a person who cannot learn swimming, what will you do? Therefore, remember, learning ability, when it is invoked to the fullest, then a Sadguru is born in our heart. And therefore, in Guru-Shishya relationship, it is the same reality. They are not different. After that is done, then in the next chapter, the teacher spoke about the usage of words. Satchidananda. So, what is the reality? Satyam jnanam anantam brahma yo veda nihitam guhayam parame vyomanna so shnute sarvan kaman sa brahmana vipaschiteti. The reality, Brahman is Satchidananda. Now, Dhaneshwar Maharaj rubs it off. He says, to say to the reality with the language of Satchit Ananda is the biggest blasphemy. One way we say, Yato Vacho Nivartante Aprapya Manasasaha, that from which the speech returns and the mind cannot comprehend, that is spoken of Satchidananda. Such a beautiful way the whole theme is developed. This was the book which has changed my whole thinking process. So, then he says, why these words are used? This is a negative explanation or negative indication of the positive existence. Why Sat? To negate the Asat. Why Chit? To negate the inertness. Why Ananda? To negate the miseries. What it is cannot be told. See, the rule of knowledge transfer is the unknown is indicated with reference to the known. A very simple rule. Do you know Dayananda Ashram? I don't know. Yeah, the other day you went to Dayananda Nagar, in the same place. Oh, Dayananda Nagar we have gone for a cup of tea, but we are not seen the ashram. So the simple rule, the unknown is always indicated with reference to the known. So what is known to us, what is unknown to us is Paramatma. But what is known to us is um, something is, something is, something is. Okay. So all that is known as existing, that is rejected. Therefore, na tatra chakshur gacchati, colors and form rejected. Na vak gacchati, words are rejected. Na vidmaha, intellect rejected. Na mind is rejected. In the absence of everything, what remains, which cannot be negated, is the truth. So what is the language? Language of negation, not assertion. And therefore, Sat is used to indicate it is eternal existence. It is not Asat. Then the Chit is indicating it is not inert, but it is sentient. And Ananda is to indicate it is not the source of misery, but the source of bliss. After having told this thing, then he gives a number of examples. This is one of the greatness of Sant Jnaneshwar. He can go on quoting number of examples to indicate the same thing. One or two, for example, he says, a white, soft, and fragrant camphor. So is there something which is red, hard, and black camphor? So these words which you are using to indicate the camphor is useless, because the camphor includes all of them. In this Taittiriya Upanishad, when this commentary was there by Bhagavan Shankaracharya, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, there also the teacher brings out similar approach. See? Sat Chit Ananda Brahma, Satyam Jnanam Anantam Brahma, 4 words. So Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam. Are these 3 adjectives? See? Is the Brahma Sat? Is it Chit or Ananda? He gives example. For example, it is said, big blue lotus flower. Big blue lotus flower. So for the flower, big, blue and lotus, these are the adjectives. Big could be anything, not necessarily a flower. Blue could be anything, not necessarily a flower. And lotus, flower could be anything, not necessarily a lotus. These 3 things qualify the flower. They are called adjectives. But when it is said Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma, are these adjectives of the reality, or Sat is Chit, is Ananda, is Brahman? And therefore, these words are used to indicate the same reality, and therefore, usage of these words is all useless. Therefore, don't use any words, be quiet. After having said in many ways in the 5th chapter, now we will be entering the 6th chapter. In the 6th chapter, the teacher tells us something wonderful. कहाँ गया? Give me 1 second. Good. So in the sixth chapter now, the Shabda Khandan. The words are now negated. So, Bapu Upegi Vastu Shabdu, Jiyad, Dhara, Sadhara Nadu, Amurtasa Vishadu, Arisa Nave. Now, Bapu Upegi Vastu Shabdu. For the elderly people, it is addressed. Word is no doubt, it is very useful because it supports. What it supports? The sound can support and create understanding about anything. See? Because this word or the sound is a mirror which can reflect without a mirror. So, what is the thing that is reflected in the mirror? That which has got a shape is reflected in the mirror. If there is nothing in front of the mirror, only space, space cannot be reflected in the mirror because no shape, how it can be seen? But word is such a mirror, it can reflect even the formless. Therefore, earlier, although the words were condemned, that these words are only creating knowledge and noise and confusion, they are useless. Therefore, Pahate arisa pahe tete kahi cha navalanave pari darpane yene hoye na pahata pahane. Like the mirror can reflect only which has got a form, etc. But words can reflect even that which is beyond the scope of the vision. Now see, we are now going in this very deeper and deeper, subtler and subtler. Be attentive. As our experience becomes very subtle, our language becomes important. Like one child used to send me one message sometime, many years before. Now he is a grown-up father. So he used to say, Swamiji, I love you. But how is to write? I-L-O-O-O, three lines. O and N-V and U. What it means? I love you. Hari Ram Ram Ram. Whenever the experience becomes extremely subtle, language becomes important. And yet, the words are able to bring to our cognition that which is beyond the words. And therefore, words are useless and yet they are useful. See how contradictions. This is the beauty I like in this text. So, it is a typical, peculiar type of mirror. It is not a mirror, and yet it is a mirror. Vadila avyakta chiya vamsha, udyogakaru surya jaisa, yene eke gune akasha, ambaratva. Now, how the words are, sounds are born? Born in the unique dynasty of the unmanifest. See? When there is neither Shakti nor Shiva manifest. Unless Shiva manifest, his presence is not known. Make it clear. Only through the effect, the cause is reached. Only because of the symptoms, the disease is diagnosed. See? How important, very simple it is. When we go to the doctor, unless you are born Indian, what the born Indians do? They go to the doctor. Doctor Sahab, ekhad injection thok de yaar, bahut saro se. We go to the doctor and tell these are the symptoms. And from the symptoms we come to the cause. This could be the disease. Now this world is the effect. And from this effect, we reach the cause. Because world is known to us. See, from the world, the unknown reality is known. And by what? It is by the words only. Therefore, these word sounds, they are born out of the unmanifest. And further he says that it is these words, they are like the sun shining in the sky, in the empty space. See? And thereafter, these words have given a name to the space, Ambara. If there are no words to indicate, we cannot get the knowledge. For example, suppose I tell you, see, I went to South Africa the other day. We went to a safari. And there I saw one dunda. What is a dunda? We don't know dunda. No. It's an animal. Okay, animal. Now some kind of figure is being made. Animal. But what kind of animal? See, it has got legs like that of the deer. Okay. Some image is being formed in your mind. It has got a stomach like an elephant. On the big stomach, and it has a tail like the horse. Horse tail, deer legs, elephant things. And the mouth is like a lion. See? So, slowly, when words are used, even the unknown, unmanifest is brought to our cognition. This is what he said. Pada eka gune akasha ambaratva. Therefore, akasha is a word. And this word, I like this word. You know, kasha is the dhatu, root. When you add a as a prefix, it becomes akasha. Avakashat akash. That which gives existence to everything. And you add pra before that, it becomes prakasha. That which illuminates everything. That which is simultaneously existence as well as knowledge is space. Now see, unless there is something, it cannot be known. Unless there is a knower, it cannot be established. So the knower, known, both are included in this one word, akasha. Therefore, ye eke gune akasha ambaratva. The space is called as ambara. Therefore, the word is born in the dynasty of the Shiva Shakti, and the father and mother, and what is created? The space. And what is that? Which is nothing. Even that is given a name by this word. Apanatva khapushpa pari phada de jagad rupa shabda mavi tai amupa guna ahe. The word itself is without any form. Akash. No form. Apanasvaya khapushpa means which appears but doesn't exist. Khapushpa is the flower of the sky. This is one of the most subtle and technical way of explaining Vedanta. Dhaneshwar Maharaj writes in his one of the composition. On the tip of a thorn, there were 3 villages. Now, on the tip of the 3 villages, yes. In 2 villages, there was nobody living. 3rd village was barren. Okay. Then, there were 3 pot makers in that barren village. Okay. They created 3 pots. Okay. 2 were raw, 1 was not cooked. Then they went to sell them. They came across 3 rivers. Then There was no water in the two rivers, one was dry. Okay. Then they crossed the river and then they went to the market to sell. They sold it and they got 3 rupees. Then two were fake, one was not working. If you can understand this, you are wise. If you don't understand, you decide. This is the language of Kapushpa. Kapushpa means you can talk about, but it doesn't exist. What we can talk about this world? See, about this Kapushpa, I'll tell you another good example. In Delhi, many years before, one of the big military officers used to come for the talks. And he said, Swamiji, I'll show you the Defense Space Research Station. So we go everywhere. So I went there, then he explained. See, you call from here, I'll be listening there. I said, then my phone? No, I want to show you something. So I called. He said, now you spoke to me, but your voice has gone to the satellite and from there it has come and I am hearing. And other things. Okay. Now, typical military people. What is the, you have got any questions? I say, yes, question is there. What is the name of your organization? He said, what dumb question. But I was inspired. What is the name of your organization? It is Space Research Organization. Where is the space? You spoke about the phone, satellite. You never mentioned even space. If you have got a cattle farm or cattle research institute, will you keep their donkeys? You have to define what is a cow. See? In the same manner, when you say Space Research Center, define space. See? Therefore, by the word space, nothing is indicated. Kapushpa. Therefore, apanatava kapushpa. Word has no meaning unless somebody understands it. Otherwise, it is meaningless. Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. बहुत देखे. अरे. See, friends. The words are meaningful, then it is a different story. When the words are not meaningful, it is a noise. Like if I go to China, next year also I am going. So, there, what they talk to me, I don't understand. And what I talk, they also don't understand. Then when I give my lecture, then somebody there who translates. Now, whether she translates correctly or not. Time pass हो जाता है. Kapushpa, no meaning, doesn't have any meaning. In the same manner, when we talk Satyam, Jnanam, Anandam, Brahma, अच्छा कहाँ होता है? See, Apanatva Kapushpa. Therefore, unless the words carry the meaning, it is meaningless. Pariphalade Jagat Rupa. See? But the words create what? A result. World. Oh, this world is so horrible. Where is the world? World, don't you see world? Where is the world? Therefore, in the morning class, learn from your experience. Don't demonstrate now. When you sleep, where are you, when are you, and what are you? Nowhere space gone, when time gone, what are you, body gone, but you continue to exist. So where did you exist? And this world, oh, this world is too much. So the word world indicates Kapushpa, the flower in the sky. देखो महाराज, आपण तव खपुष्प परी फळ दे जगद रूप. And then we start imagining this world is so solid reality. See, friends, therefore, Mauna Vyakhya Prakatita Para Brahma Tattvam Yuvanam. Reduce unwanted gossip. Some people are so expert in talking, even in the sleep they talk. How can you be miserable in this world? This world is full of joy everywhere. So, Shabdamavi Tai Amupa Kona Ahe. Therefore, what cannot be described by the word, is there anything? Word can describe anything. Because even the non-existing world is created by the words. And therefore, whenever we talk about something or somebody, it is an expression of our depth of ignorance. There was a great master, his disciple wrote the biography for him. So, those days, no soft copies, handwritten. He went, Maharaji, I have written your biography and please see this. And if you like, we would like to publish it. Please allow us. Maharaj was Maharaj. Acha, show me. Then Acha, what you have written? Where from you collected the information? And while talking, he started tearing every page. Because no soft copy. Then he said, what you have written is not what I am. One word, everything is over. See? But then we write autobiography of a Dumbo. I was born there. Then I started growing vertically. Then the ceiling came. I did not give up. I started growing horizontally. Any biography you take, it has zero value. See? We are talking about something, I was there, I did, when? No, in the dream. Therefore, don't get carried away by this. For this one sadhana, I tell you, don't talk about your past. Don't ask anybody about their past. Where are you from? Where were you born? But why were you born? No need. Don't get lost about anything. Shabdamavite amupa kona ahe. Therefore, what is that which cannot be described by the words? Because words are themselves nothing, but they create an illusion of non-existing. This is how the various kinds of songs and all the like the Hindi cinema songs, go on imagining Jaane kahan gaye wo din, and they keep on. Don't do that. Relax. Take this firm resolution to yourself. Only today be happy. Only today. One day you'll discover we have no option but to remain today. We cannot live yesterday. We cannot live tomorrow. Living today is effortless. And therefore, if you are happy, you are only today. Friends, these are so basics of spiritual life. So, विधि निषेधाची या वाटा दाविता हाची दिवटा बंद मोक्ष कै काटा शिष्टू हाची. So although the words were thus created, they are non-existing, unwanted, useless things, creating confusion, yet they are useful and important. What it is like, we'll see in our next class. Om Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.